Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday wins and training. Super excited to be here. My name is Tony Van Schoik, CEO and co-founder of FermaGlo. We've got some other amazing people here on this call, including my family, including Anissa Casey, Randy Weaver, Shannon and Tracy Struble. These are all part of our business partners. And who knows where it could go from here, but drop in the comments where you are listening in from. We want to hear from you. We want to hear all of your excitement. We've got some awesome announcements today. But you know what, you guys, I just want to start this call off with someone that I have known for a while. And I want to give you a little bit of background information. So I actually met Lindsey Mullican through her mama. Her mom was one of my very good friends. We built an amazing business together for, gosh, it was 8 years, I think, Lindsey. And we were so fortunate to be locked in arms, really helping each other out. And I mean, Lindsey, I loved your mama. She was such a good friend of mine. And I'm so proud that you are here today because I truly feel that, that your mom has had a hand in this. Unfortunately, you guys, she passed a few years ago from just a fervent battle with cancer. But she left her mark on the world. And I am so grateful because Lindsey is here today because of the relationship that we were able to build over the last probably 9-10 years. So, Lindsey, I think that your 9-year-old son was just born when, I met you. So I'm really excited that you're here. You're going to share with everybody your story, a little bit about your best practices. So I'm just going to tee it over to you right now.
Hey guys, I am just so pumped to be here. To be honest, this was not in my plan, but you know what? God has different plans, and I couldn't be happier. I just want to give you a quick introduction. Thank you, Tony. That makes me emotional, so I try to hold it together. But I see a lot of my team here. Hey y'all. Um, my name's Lindsey Mullican. I'm in a tiny town in Louisiana, Northeast Louisiana. We have about 200 people there. So when people say they don't know anybody or they don't, or they live in a small town, I'm like, don't let that be your excuse. Okay. So I've done a lot of things. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I've been a surgical and ER nurse back in 2010 to 2015. I was introduced to Tony and the company that we were with in 2015, and I've been doing network marketing now for 10 years this year. That makes me feel very old, but it is what it is. I'm I love that I can work and make an income without having a boss. I love my freedom. I was dabbled in a few other things. I've been a boutique owner. I have, like I said, been a nurse. I was with my previous company for 8 years, and my mom and I did that together. She was really my rock. She taught me how to do this. She taught me to believe in myself and how to believe in others and how to instill that confidence in other people that they can do this type of business, they can be their own boss and have freedom. And it was something that I didn't have when I first started. I didn't have that within myself. So that's what I really want to talk to you guys about today. Number one thing is belief in yourself, because you can recruit all day long, you can talk to people, you can do all these things, but the very first thing you need is belief in yourself. Because I feel like a lot of people come into a business like this and they don't have that yet. So you have to dig deep and really decide, okay, do you believe you can do this? Do you believe you can be successful at this? Because you can't instill that belief in someone else until you have it inside of you. And I feel that is so, so important. So whatever you have to do to get there, you got to get there. And that has to do with your why. Why do you do this business? What is your reason for coming on board here? If it's part time to make a part time income, that's totally fine. If it's full time, like me, I want to go gung ho. I want to do this full time. I want to do it every day. That's okay too. If you're somewhere in the middle, That's okay too. So you have to decide what drives you before you can ever try to recruit other people to do this with you. And that's what we're doing right now, right? We're building a team of people. We're building up people to do this business with us. So, when I already know Tony, I already trust Tony, so it was easy for me to say yes. But for other people, we have to build that foundation for them. And I feel like that is so, so important. But I have a few key points that I want to talk about, um, that we want to talk about when it comes to talking to people, because that's where we are right now, right? We want to partner with people. We want to get them on board to get ready to launch this business. Um, and you want to know how to do that, because I feel like so many times people will join a business and they're left alone and they think, okay, where do I go from here? How do I be successful at this? How do I build a team in network marketing? What do I do from here? Which Tony and everyone else in this amazing company are going to have those tools for us. And we already have some training in the back office and things like that. But I want to tell you what I do. And you have to come out of your comfort zone, guys. This is scary, is it not? I mean, you don't want to be rejected, but it's part of this. It's part of it. You're going to get a no. Don't let that scare you. Most of the time, like my mom used to tell me, it did not mean no. It just meant not right now, or maybe not yet. So even if someone tells you no, that doesn't mean that they really mean no. You're going to go through a lot of no's until you get to that yes.
Okay, thank you.
And say, hey, join me, and they join you. First thing you want to do is create your contact list. And this is what it's been drilled into us. You've got to have a contact list, a running contact list. How many people do you want to talk to a day? Like I said, I'm gung ho, so I'm talking to 10 to 20 people a day. I'm building those relationships, and that's something else I want to talk about too. But make your contact list. Don't leave anyone out. Don't assume that they may not want to do this, because so many people need this more than you know. You may not know their whole situation. So write it down. If you're pen and paper girl like me, I'm old school. Or if you want to do it in your phone, make you a spreadsheet. If you're fancy like that, I'm like an old lady. So I just do pen and paper. But make your contact list, 10 to 20 people right now, like out of your phone contacts, out of your social contacts. People that you know, like, and trust are going to be the first ones that you want to speak to, because they are more likely to make that move faster than a stranger. Although I will say I have had strangers come on board and be like, I'm ready to roll. So contact list, make it today. If you haven't done that yet, do it. And number two is have that initial conversation. And people get so scared about this. Like, what do I say? What if I say the wrong thing? I don't know what to say. So I'll tell you what I have said, and what's worked for me is you want to start an initial conversation. Hello, hey, I thought about you. I don't know where you're at right now, but I have an incredible opportunity. I would love for you to take a look at it. If not, that's okay. Because if you don't give them an out and you pressure them, and gosh, we know we don't want to spam people, they will just cut you off and ignore you. And so what you want to do is just give them an option. If it's not for you right now, that's okay. And I've had a few people say, I appreciate you asking me. I really thank you for thinking of me, but this is not a good time. So move those people from your list to the maybe list, and then you can come back to them later when it's a better time for them. So you want to say, hey, I have just partnered with a brand new company, FermaGlo. It is going to be huge. And like I said, you got to have that confidence first, because if we're just kind of putting it out there, we're saying, I maybe have this thing, and I used to be that way. So don't worry, because I used to be that way. I maybe have this thing, you may or may not want to do it. I don't know. But no, you want to say, hey, I found this company. It's called FermaGlo. It's going to be huge. We're in a pre-launch right now. We are super excited. I want you to take a look at it. If not, that's okay. You're going to probably get an answer, because you gave them an out, so they feel comfortable answering you and they don't feel pressured. Then if they say, yeah, okay. If they say no, then okay, thank you. If they say maybe, not right now, you move them to your maybe list. If they say yes, you're excited, right? You don't want to like mouth vomit all over them, because then they'll get really I used to do that too. My mom was, Mom, you talk too much. You're overwhelming these people. Don't do that. An hour is too long. But anyway, somehow it worked because she was $1 million earner. So I learned some things I did a little different than her. So you want to send them the invitation that Tony has done for us, the invite. That's what I've been doing. Also, we have a pre-recorded webinar that you can send them for more information, initial information. I've sent them the Google Doc script on digging more, because I've had a lot of questions about the product, the ingredients in the products, how they work. You want to make sure people are informed about that, and then invite them to the next call that we have. We're going to have tons of calls, so make sure you're including them, especially if you have someone who's just kind of trickling along the way. They haven't really made a decision yet, but they need something else, because Tony's told us before, 7 to 8, 9 exposures to get a sign up. You're not going to just, rarely will you ever have someone just join right off the bat. Some do, some don't. So you want to send them some information. And then the third thing is to create excitement. And I feel like I've already kind of talked about that a little bit, but people are drawn to excitement. They want to do something new. They're excited about something new. If you're excited, that will rub off on them. And that's so important. So important. And part of number 3 is relationship is key, guys. They're not really buying this because of the product. I mean, they will eventually, because they're going to love it, and I know it's going to be amazing, but they're buying you and your relationship with them. So I think back to all the people who I kept in touch with, who I checked up on, that truly, genuinely, I had a relationship with. And that way I could go back to them and say, hey, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a while. I really want to. And they already had that rapport, and I had that rapport with them, where we could have that relationship to just, go off of. But you can start a new one. You can also start a new and talk to them about, hey, what do you think would be your goal with this company? How do you feel that this can benefit you? What would you like to get out of it? How much money would you like to make? Would you like to have a community of people? Is that what you're wanting? Like, ask questions, get them to respond and talk to you. I think the hardest thing is number 4. I don't know if my numbers are right. Y'all just bear with me. But I think the last thing that is crucial, maybe most important, is follow up and closing the deal. A lot of people have trouble with this. I used to, really, because I didn't want to feel like I was pressuring people into a decision. But like I said, when you have that belief that you're offering them something so amazing that they're going to benefit from for years to come, you don't have anything to worry about. You just have to give them that confidence. Follow up. Say, hey, I know it's been a couple of days. I know that you're busy. I am too. Lord knows I'm busy. But you know what? I wanted to check back with you and see what you thought about it. Do you have any more questions? Is there any more information I can give you? I used to love to use this analogy, or this question, on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being signing up. How close are you to making that decision, and what can I do to get you there? Because a lot of times they'll say, well, I'm at an 8. I really want to do it, but I'm scared. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I know enough people. And then you give them that information that they need. No, you're going to do great. You know what? You don't have to know a lot of people right now. I can show you how to make those connections. So following up, closing the deal used to be my biggest hurdle. Now I just jump right in. Hey, I think you're going to do great. I really want you to do this. I'm going to give you my link and my ID number. And if you need more information, let me know. That's not really pushy. It is, but it's not. There's a fine line, I feel like. Now, if you message them 20 times in a row and you tell them you got to do this now, that they're probably going to run away. But I feel like there's a fine line in that, to say, okay, I know you can do it. I want to help you get to a 10 where you're ready today. Okay. So, believe in yourself so much that the world can't help but believe in you. And I love that quote, because I've been through a lot, guys, and I know life's tough, but I feel like that's so important So, so important. And your first step in recruitment is believing in yourself. That way you can put this out there, you can believe in other people and instill that in them. So that's really all I have. I hope this was helpful and I appreciate y'all so much having me. Thank you.
So, Lindsey, I just want to tell people because we've had this conversation a few times, as long as I've known you. Can you just tell people where you were when you first started this business? Like, I know that you were, really not kind of scared to talk to people. Can you talk a little bit about your evolution, please?
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Thanks, Libby. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I was a very, very shy child, a shy teenager. Like I would shy away. I would have never done anything like this. And it's amazing to see how even though you're building people up and you're helping other people be successful, you will be amazed at the person you become over the next few years doing this, especially if this is your first time. I remember being in clinicals in nursing school and standing outside that front first door of the patient's room and thinking, I can't talk to them. What am I going to say? I'm so scared. I was so terrified. And over time, that profession really helped me come out of my shell, learn how to talk to people. And I believe that was the Lord way back then preparing me for my future. But then when my mom introduced our first company to me, I thought, oh, there's no way. This is not for me. This is absolutely not for me. And she's the one who I just watched her. I studied her. I watched how she made relationships with people. I watched how she would love on people and pray for people and really dig deep and see what do they want out of this, because it's not just a business. It's a relationship building tool. And so you will be amazed at the confidence and the success and the fulfillment you'll see from this, because I'm telling you, I'm not the person I was 10 years ago. um, I would have never gotten on here and been able to do this, and I'm still very nervous, but it's just amazing how. And then, after the 8 years, it was wonderful. It's great. My mom passed from metastatic breast cancer, and I went into the biggest depression you guys have ever seen in your life. I mean, I had not told many people. I would lay in the bed and only do basics like feeding and bathing my kids, and I was at a place where with my other business, I couldn't move forward without her. I prayed and prayed, God, send me something new. Send me something new. I've got to get out of this. I've got to get out of this cycle. She wouldn't want me to be here. And so we picked up some other things, some investments, and worked on some other things, but I never felt like that was it. I felt like that something else was coming. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm so honored to be here. And yes, you won't recognize yourself. In 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years, you'll be a different person. It'll be a good thing.
So actually, that last 2 or 3 minutes that you just shared was everything that, we've embodied, as building relationships, building other people up. But you guys, if I could show you, Lindsey and her mom's picture sits, Jay's actually there right now. I don't know if he can turn on his camera and show you, but it sits right there where you can see that. And then on the other side of that, we have another really good friend of ours that passed back in 2019 or 2020, early 2020. And her quote sits there on our wall because these people have made such an impact on our lives. And so, Lindsey, that's what your mom did for me. That's what your mom did for you. And here we are. It's full circle. I'm telling you, I can feel your mom's hand in this. Every time we talk, it's really incredible. So thank you so much. You were amazing. You guys, let's give her a huge round of applause. How awesome was that? And I'm so excited because you know what? We were going through and you guys, she actually has now she's brought on 26 beautiful souls into this business. since we had posted her graphic the other day. So congratulations. We're only going to help people do the same thing. Right? Does anybody have any questions for Lindsey? I got to go check the chat. Hold on. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Lindsay, I've got to tell you, that was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for absolutely, you shared your soul, and we know that. It was obvious. So thank you for that. No crying. You're going to make me cry too. But I would ask you, because I think this is probably a question somebody's going to have, is what is your preferred mode of conversation? Do you prefer doing voice notes? Do you prefer texting? Do you pick up the phone and call? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so I feel like that's so important. I will say that it just depends on the person. If it's somebody that I've known for a while, I will pick up the phone and call. And like Libby is here on the call. She was like, "Can you call me?" And so I think everyone has a preferred way of how they like to talk. If I'm getting the message that someone likes to text, I'm a texter. Like that's what I do. Um, I feel like everybody has something that they like more. But so Libby asked, hey, can you call me? So I call her. So we have a really good conversation over the phone, and she joined me. And so I feel like that was needed for her and I to make that connection then and then move forward. Also, I do think that voice memo is very, very helpful because people can hear your voice, they can hear your emotion, they can hear your excitement, how much you care about it, rather than a text. So I may start out like in a on Messenger or text, sending the information in text, but I usually will end up sending voice memos just because I feel like it's more personal, and I feel like they are much more apt to join you and be more interested if they can hear your voice, hear your emotion, and hear your excitement for sure.
Great question. And I love that so much. Anything else for Lindsey, you guys? All right. So Lindsey, where can they find you if they want to follow you on social?
So I'm mainly on Facebook. It's Lindsey Mullican, Mullican. Would love for y'all to follow me. And Instagram is That Southern Girly.
Go figure. All right, you guys. So thank you, Lindsey, again so much. If you guys have questions that come to mind, just pop them in the chat. But you can go follow her, and we'll keep sharing best practices from people that are having success and what works for them, because we're all different personality types. So you are such a gem, and I am so blessed to have you here with us, Lindsey. Oh, yes, Sina. So it's Mullican. And I'll have her drop, Lindsey, if you'll drop your information in the chat, that would be super helpful. Okay, so I'm gonna stop. I've been crying all day, you guys. So much great stuff has happened, but this was kind of like the icing on the cake with what Lindsey shared. So we're just gonna keep rolling right now.